Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's May 10th, 2013. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Brock Shimano. Well, Brock, let's jump into fire tip. See how the grains traded here after the May WASDE report was released this morning. As you can see on the old crop here, we had July corn off 12.5 cents, soybeans down 9 3/4. We had Chicago wheat down 19 1/4. Kansas City wheat was down 20 1/2. You know, Brock, we kind of had reports on both crops here this year, the old crop and the new crop. Let's start here with old crop numbers for ending stocks. What did we see there? Kind of what was your take on the numbers?
You know, if we take a look at this table, we didn't really see revisions at all for soybeans or wheat on the old crop. Where we did see some revisions was corn. Corn that came in slightly above the analyst estimates by just 2 million bushels there. But I think the areas that we did see revisions was we saw ethanol use increase by 50 million bushels. We're now sitting at 4.6 million billion bushels going to ethanol use. And exports was actually decreased once again, down another 50 million bushels. So they kind of canceled each other out. Right. But we're only looking for 750 million bushels of exports this year. So that's a very, very low number. Probably the lowest number we've seen since the early 70s. And you know, we can, even with that revision lower, I just updated our models that we follow here, and we're still about 5 million bushels behind the seasonal pace to meet even the most recent revisions here by the USDA. So it's still going to be an ongoing concern. Might have to take a little bit out of this old crop corn market to maybe spur some more demand. But as it stands right now, I think this was a mostly neutral report for the old crop. But you know, new crop was a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, it certainly was. Let's take a look here at the ending stock projections for 13-14 that we saw here today as well. The big number that everyone was watching was this corn number here, and as you can see, the analyst guess was looking for a number slightly below 2 billion bushels for ending stocks. You can see we came in above that, just barely over 2 billion bushels there for 13-14 corn ending stocks. Certainly with the delayed planting that we've seen here throughout the planting season, a lot of people are wondering if we were going to see a revision lower to planted acreage or to yield. The USDA held those relatively firm. 97.3 million acres still expected to be planted for this corn crop, and averaging a yield of 158 bushels per acre. Now keep in mind with these numbers here, and a lot of private analysts are looking for mid-4 corn numbers come December 2013. The official number today from the USDA was expecting 430 to 510 on-farm corn price of or on-farm prices for corn. So today with these 13 futures closing at 529, certainly still some downside potential there. Let's turn our attention though to soybeans here real quick. A similar story there, not as closely looked at as the corn number was, but as you can see here, 265 million bushels projected there for 13-14 ending stocks. You can see that was higher than what the trade was expecting, and fairly good numbers for soybean production as well. USDA is expecting 77.1 million acres planted, averaging 44.5 bushels per acre there. And certainly taking a look here at wheat, the wheat number was actually larger than what the trade was expecting as well. We saw those new crop wheat futures actually take a little bit of a beating today. It wasn't terrible considering it was a WASDE report day, down 20 there. That's kind of giving back some of the gains that we picked up yesterday there. But I think that the production number for wheat as well kind of surprised people. A lot of people are looking for some pretty big revisions in light of what the Kansas City wheat what the Kansas City wheat crop has endured here throughout the growing season. But certainly a big number there, 670 million bushels reported there for wheat. So in general, we saw a lot of red on the board here today. Old crop and new crop really seemed like it came under pressure.
Yeah, you know, I think new crop was really the leader to the downside, and it flowed over into the old crop. If you look at corn, we were virtually down exactly the same on old crop as what we were in new crop. We're on old crop we're down 12.5, new crop we're down 12 cents, so almost the exact same there. And I don't really think the revision by the USDA for the old crop figures was enough to really push it down 12.5 cents. So I do think that the new crop really had an influence into the old crop on corn in particular.
Yeah, you know, just a little update here kind of on yesterday we were talking about the cash market a little bit. We have seen some of the elevators throughout central Illinois back off their cash basis. As we said yesterday, we saw some bases around plus 125 over the July contract. We've seen that back off a little bit there. So I just kind of wanted to give an update on that situation there. But in general, if you guys have any questions about strategies to price this 2013-14 crop, feel free to give us a call here at the office. Certainly the numbers that we saw today are going to be weighing on the market here for the next couple weeks or months here, but we'll keep you posted on all the developments here on GrainTV. Thanks a lot for joining us here for a WASDE report wrap-up. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday for the Crop Progress Report.